Hello everyone, welcome back to Joy's Creative Finger. I have just built this house as I had just completed the luxury living event, and I've used most of the items in here. We're going to take a look at that. But these snow lodge windows are very handy, and they've given my build sort of a rooftop look at an angle just for the front part of the house, and I think it's quite nice. I also went on to use the Latin Villa windows for the double height entry hall for the house. It's a very large entry hall because of the aquarium, and you'll see that very soon. Now I decided that the overhang to the entrance should have a different balcony choice just to create texture and character to the entrance, and I'm really beginning to see that these small plots can hold good builds on them depending on what you're trying to achieve. Certainly if you're looking to have a lot of land space and trees, then you might prefer the premium lots. But with this lot, I still have a pool. I've made use of the roof. There's some lounge chairs, chairs to sit down under an umbrella, hot tub, and so on. And you could create a party venue up top if you wanted to. You could do anything. So the small plots are becoming more appealing to me because I'm able to still build houses that I like, that I think are still luxurious, and so on. Now, Janet here is the owner of this house. She worked really hard during the luxury living event, and I thought she deserves this house. And she's happy. It's as though she won it out of a competition. So I've moved her into this property, and she's going to take us on a tour of it. Now, the entrance, as I mentioned earlier, is a double height room, and I thought it was necessary to do that because of this massive aquarium fish tank that we have here. Now, in reality, I wouldn't have this in a home. It's really huge, so you walk in and it's quite a dominant feature in the entrance. So a double height room I felt would accommodate it appropriately, but certainly you can go ahead and build an aquarium or something. Speaking of aquariums, if I chose to build an aquarium, it would just look like a repetitive space with tons and tons of this aquarium dotted around. But for now, I've put it in this house, and we have a closet space on this side here. And it's for coats. Finally we can have an actual closet space in the entrance that actually does have coats, and the Sims can come in here and pick a coat. For instance, she's wearing a top that's quite exposed, so wearing a coat like that would keep her warm as she heads on out to town, and I think that's quite lovely. So it's a real function in closet space to keep your shoes and umbrellas, coats, and such. There's a restroom here that's standard in the entrance space as well, which is typical, and yeah, I think that this works quite nicely. So it's a very large hallway, and under the stairs you can see that I've placed that angled window right in the corner, and it's perfect under the stairs, and you would imagine that the space is well lit because of the windows around and about. I really love this entrance. I think it's nice, it's massive. Because of that aquarium, I had to go for this size of an entrance, and sometimes when I do build this size of an entrance, it would be because of the French chateau staircase. Now the kitchen is to the right here, and there has been enough space in it for me to create other areas in it, as opposed to just cabinets and a cooker and a sink and a fridge. So over on the side here, there's a lovely place to sit down, cross your legs, and probably chat away to the cook, and you know, just hang out without the specific purpose of having to, you know, prepare a meal. On the other hand, there's enough space to create a dining area, but these granite black tops are beautiful, and of course it's the same idea as the ones we've got from the Snow Lodge, but this is striking black against bright white, and it's a lovely collection. I'm not sure about the blue option, but this definitely is my favorite at the moment. Right, so when you come out of the kitchen area across the beautiful artwork on the wall, you come into the dining room, which is large, and again it reminds me that we have feature walls, and I'm quite happy that we have that because I've always wanted to do that in the game. So on this part of the dining room, we've got the black sort of shimmering wallpaper as a focal point for the guests who are sitting down and eating at this lovely table. If you've been watching my videos, you realize that table is a favorite of mine, the wedding collection, because it's already set for dinner or for lunch. And when you come out of there, you can walk across into the living room area over here. It's very modern. I've used a Scandinavian wallpaper as a feature wall where the television is and where those units are. And because those units are the blue ones, I thought that they worked well with the seats. And this artwork as well is quite nice, and this is one of the items that we have won in this event, and I placed it in the corner there. It's just a stereo. You click on it and you get your Sims dancing to different options that are available. So that's what the living room has, and there is another, you know, music player of some sort that only preteens can use. I think so anyway. So for an overview, we have a living room, a massive hallway, a cloakroom, a guest restroom, the kitchen, and the dining room. And it's all on a small plot, remember, and it's quite spacious. But of course, if you don't have the option to build second floors and third floors, you know, you've got to complete a certain quest. It's been a while, but you've got to complete a second quest, and of course you're going to have to compromise with space downstairs. Now upstairs we have the master's bedroom here, and these are the beds that I couldn't wait to get them. They're absolutely lovely and very soft, and you know, there are different textures of pillows and cushions in the bed. I think it's lovely. The designers have done an amazing job in Sims FreePlay offices, and the shine is to die for. I absolutely love it. There is a closet space for Janet here, and it's very self-accommodating. You've got an area where she has the, you know, vanity mirror, and of course again an actual wardrobe. This is something I've always wanted to do, and I did it in the floral estate where you have actual doors that you open up, and there are your clothes hanging on rails. Yes, that's what I recognize, and I think it's absolutely lovely. Now, I know that there are a lot of questions about glitching. How did you do that? And I did mention before that glitching always exists in the game. You just have to find another way to go about it. And I did mention that I'll put some of the tips and tricks for this on Instagram, so don't forget to follow me on Instagram. And someone did comment and say, well, I haven't seen anything yet, and that's because I was away on holiday, so do bear with me. So this is a complete master bedroom with an ensuite bathroom in the corner here. So there's a nice large closet and a bathroom on the side here, and it's standard, and everything is accessible as should be. No shortcuts at all. Now if you walk down the hall, well, it's the mezzanine platform, you come through to the family bathroom here, and I thought it was quite useful that both bathrooms, you know, shared a wall and they were in one corner of the house. Now there are a set of double doors that lead out onto the balcony area, and it wraps around all around the guest room all the way to the front, and so it's, you know, accessible. Sometimes in some of my builds it might not be accessible, but in this case it is. And speaking of the guest room, we have use of the next option of this luxurious living bed. I think it's beautiful. It's supposed to be gold brownish, and the textures again are absolutely fantastic. I've got a feature wall up there which is brick. I think it works well with the bed, and I'm sure other options would work too. And there is a good closet space. I'm just in love with this style of closet spacing. And it, you know, the Sims can actually use the racks regardless. So this is an overview for you. You have to imagine there's so much that could be done differently. If it was on a bigger plot, the guest bedroom would have an ensuite, it'd have its own bathroom, and so on. There's so many things that could be included. You might say a third bedroom. Yes. Upstairs, where Janet is headed to, we have 2 rooms in the space, and you could do whatever you want to if you choose to build this house to those rooms. Now the first room on the side here is the laundry room, and it's the typical laundry room that you have. You've got your towels, you've got your washing chemicals and so on, and you've got the boiler to the house up here, and this is basically where she would hang her clothes to dry. And then the other room is a sauna. Now I thought about this and I said to myself, you could easily combine both rooms into one and make it an ensuite in a way, you know, a nice massive bed and a bathroom attached to it up top, so that makes it a 3-bedroom house. And in case you're wondering about the smoke, you can make steam from this little object here, but the reason why there's a lot of intense smoke in the space is because I put the smoke machines underneath those sauna benches. Now I decided that what I would change in this house would be the rooftop rooms, and I did go ahead and I made them into one beautiful cinema, and I think it's quite nice. Janet likes the color red, so she's got the red popcorn dispenser, she's got a water cooler machine, and I've put in everything that we want in this regard anyway into this space that has to do with the cinema space. So I think this is lovely. It looks like a piece of antique. It's very nice. And she's just munching away. I think it takes 27 seconds. But I love the space as a cinema for her. But you could do whatever you want with the space. So at least you know there was a sauna, there was a laundry room, it could be a master bedroom with an ensuite bathroom, and it could be a cinema. It could be so many things. This is my choice, and that way I've been able to fit in everything that we want in the game in here. There is one more thing, that's the karaoke machine. I didn't set it down because it didn't make sense to put it down in the cinema. It doesn't make any sense at all. But that's the one thing that's not on display in this house. But I think that she's quite happy in here and she could entertain her friends up here if she wanted to. So I want to thank you so much for watching, and live builds are obviously backing up on me because I went away on holiday. There was the bachelor pad, there was the chic apartments, the floral estate, and so on. So just stay tuned and bear with me. I'll be putting them up as time permits, and I will see you again soon. Bye.